In today's world, it is difficult to find yourself alone. If we're not with friends, scrolling through social media, or binge watching TV shows, we are faced with something that has not been talked about for years. This is not the fault of millennials who spend time online. It is the fault of the environment that we are living in. We are in a constant state of productivity. People are upping the hours spent at work, doubling the amount of work on their plate, all because that is the culture that has taken hold of us. At work, we have to compete with others to impress someone who might be biased. At home, we have to work just as hard to keep everything running smoothly for our loved ones. We are constantly building, moving, and expanding. This is one of the leading practices from which a rebellion was created by British romantics. Authors, artists, and poets were looking to escape the busy world that was starting to engulf them. The war had ended, and an age of enlightenment and growth was taking place in the city, forcing social rebels to turn to large forgotten landscapes to escape and find enlightenment through nature. Poets like William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Mary Shelley, and especially John Clare took to nature to clear their minds and strip themselves of their city lives to find themselves, their emotions, and purpose in nature. Wordsworth once said nature gives, quote, the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, end quote. But the discovery of powerful feelings was usually done when the poets were alone. Wordsworth showcases this theory in his poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. He narrates a trip into nature where he is by himself and creates friends out of swaying flowers and dancing stars. At the end of the poem, Wordsworth writes, quote, For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. He mentions that he is able to remember such a marvelous landscape while he is at home, because he was alone when he witnessed it. John D. Harris, a British literature teacher at Maynard Jackson High School, contributes to this idea.
Well, I think that in order to get the best out of nature, typically we do need to isolate ourselves and get away to nature. I think it is possible to be with other people and still get the benefits of nature, but I think that sometimes we have to be alone and sort of separate in order to think about what it is that we're seeing.
This idea resonates in Samuel Taylor Coleridge's This Lime Tree Bower My Prison, a poem written while Coleridge was in the presence of many friends but was unable to accompany them on an adventure. His foot was injured, so he took up a spot beneath a lime tree and wrote, quote, Well, they are gone, and here must I remain. This lime tree bower my prison,